Hello guys, let's see. Got my Mazilli circuit going, and this is the signal that it's given me on the FETs, either FET, and right now I'm running on 300 watt bulbs, and this big one in the back here is 250, and I'm waiting to connect that up. But for the moment I got the Mazilli running. Changed some caps in there. The problem was this little guy right here. So that's what I was missing. Actually a whole line of those, but even with one it'll make it work like it is right now. This is 300 watts worth of bulbs, and no, it's not 300 watts worth of output. I'm not saying it is, I never have. But it's all coming from my power supply right now, the 12 volt, I'm sorry, it's 24 volt and 10 amp, no fan. And so that's the signal again. I'll try to hold it steady there. Let's see, this is on the, it's not on the 10 times division. Looks like 1 time. But in any case, that's what it looks like. I don't get the half waves like Itsu and others have possibly gotten. But the good part of all of this is just the heat, because before I couldn't turn this thing on for more than a minute, and so now with the addition of that little capacitor there, now I still have to order all the WEMA caps that go in there, because it's those are 2000 volt caps, and you may say, well, why do you need 2000 volt caps for this setup here? But I believe that because of the interaction of the katcher with this whole circuit here, that interaction is high voltage. Now if you don't have the right capacitors, like these are 275 volt, I may be cutting out a lot of the high voltage that could be affecting and causing the effect that I'm looking for. So at least now I have this Mazilli running. It's running cold, totally cold. I mean, I don't even need these heat sinks. I don't even feel any temperature change from that and this table or whatever. I mean, it's the same within a degree. So it's not heating up. It's putting out good output. Now I'm going to turn this lamp off over here so you can see what they look like. It's not amazing, and it all has to do with this capacitor right here, that little orange brown one. If that one is not the right one, then I don't get the output. But for right now, it's not the right one, and I'm getting some kind of output. It may not be 300 watts worth of output. I'm not saying it is again, but I'm getting something usable here. Now the thing is, the katcher circuit, if I turn on the katcher, I get this kind of reaction there, as you'll see how the wave changes. Okay, I'm turning on the katcher now, and I get that kind of wave. I can drop it down to that, or raise it up. This is all the way up, and that's the wave that I get right there from the scope. The scope is just laying next to one of my output coils. And input coils and output coils both. So that's the kind of wave I get when I add the katcher to the induction circuit. Now I can drop that down, try to tune it a little better in there to where I get a better wave and all that. But the other thing that I do here is, like with magnets in these cores. Alright? So, I'm going to turn the katcher off, so excuse me one second. Okay, that's the signal again from just the MOSFET. When I put the magnet in, I'm putting the magnet in the core now. You can see that I can stretch out the wave back and forth, but I don't get any real gain in voltage. But if I position it just right in there, let's see if I can show it. If I get it just right, I can get a little boost in voltage. There it goes, I think. Anyway, that's the thing, is getting these magnets to line up with the energy there and actually do something. But that's where the tuning comes in, and it takes time. But this is without anything in the core, and it's working okay. So this is the division that it's at right now. So that's the signal anyway from the FETs. I think they're alright. They're running totally cool. I'm getting some output from these bulbs, and I'm getting almost no reaction actually from this. I've got this little tuning pot over here for the katcher. Let me get a chair here. And so I can turn it up. When I turn it up, I get that kind of distorted wave or whatever. Now when I get this kind of wave, okay, I can put the magnet into the core. Watch what happens to the wave. See? Out, in. And I can tune it around in there, like right there. So that's the best I can do with the magnetite magnet in the ferrite core. And so the main thing here was the heat, though. My problem with the heat, now these things, I don't even need a heat sink or a fan. I mean, I'm running these 3 bulbs. It could probably run 3 more. It might, who knows how many can run. I've run as much as 650 watts. And that's because that's the amount of bulbs and sockets that I had. So again, this is my Mazilli. And it's got the little cap in the center, and I got the Zener 18 volt Zeners on. I just need to replace these other yellow caps with the red WEMA 2000 volt caps, and I think that'll help make a difference there. And then I can start tuning this katcher and improving the output of this whole thing. But at least I'm so happy now that I can run this thing as long as I want. I can run it all night long if I want, and it won't overheat. So I'm very thankful again to all the guys that helped me out on this, and I probably wouldn't have gotten it without your help, because I hadn't gotten it without your help before. Those are my two chokes there. So you can see that the probe is just laying there, but let me just take it. It's like the negative ground goes back to the power supply, but I'll just put it over here. I have to retune. Let's see, I gotta find it. Hang on a second. Let's see. Trying to look for the the output from the grenade kind of looks like that. See it? Sort of weird depending on where I put it, but right now it's just, let's see if I can find a, that's about the best spot. Okay, so that's the output from the grenade. That's what it looks like. And now I'm gonna include the catcher is on all the way, so if I take the catcher off, that's what I get there. Putting the catcher back on, I get that. So it could be the catcher signal instead of the, let me see. So yeah, guys, I'm just playing around with this, trying to figure out what the hell is going on. And but I'm getting a pretty good signal there at times, you know. Just got to figure it out, tune them in, and get it all running. But at least now I can work on it without any heat issue and get back, you know, to what I was doing. Alright, well, thanks a bunch for watching, guys.